Does osteopenia cause pain? The simple answer is no, but the more complex answer is yeah, kinda. So let's explain. Osteopenia is the starting phase of osteoporosis. Osteopenia is a condition in which the rate at which our bones destroy itself or degrade itself is faster than the creation of bone. Our body normally has something called homeostasis, and homeostasis allows the perfect harmony between the creation of tissues in our bones versus the destruction of tissues in our bones. In the case of osteopenia, again, the rate at which destroying the cells is more than creating the cells. As a result, we see things like this. Take a look at the top image. This is representative of a bone that has optimal bone density. And the one on the bottom is one that has osteopenia. And if you take a look at this, it shows there are a bunch of holes and gaps and spaces within the bone. The process itself is not painful. The degradation of the bone is not painful. It's not like your nerves start to open up or that they're being compressed by the jaggedy ends of the bone. That's just not the case. So osteopenia does not cause pain itself. And it's because of this that there are so many cases in which people have no idea that they have osteopenia until they maybe have an annual checkup and the doctor says, okay, let's get a DEXA scan or a bone density scan. And then the results come back showing that they have osteopenia. Now, earlier I did mention that pain could potentially be caused by osteopenia, so let's expand on that. Let's use the example of our lower back. Think about our spine. We have bones and discs, and bones and discs, and bones and discs, etc. This is a solid structure. It is a supporting structure. It literally holds you up. It's designed to do that. But if your bone starts to become more brittle, which is in the case of osteopenia, thus, it's not as strong as it once was. The supporting structure is not as strong as it once was. What's going to happen is that it's going to make other components or other structures in our body have to work a bit harder to hold up the same amount of body weight. When I say other components or other tissues, I'm talking about muscles. Ideally, what we have is a perfect or at least relatively perfect harmony between supporting structures such as our bones and our discs, along with muscles. But in the case of osteopenia, in which one of these structures, which is our bones, becomes a little less tough, a little more brittle, it's not as strong as it was before, it's going to induce a lot more strain on other structures such as our muscles, because our muscles still need to carry up our body weight. Our body weight hasn't changed. What has changed is how brittle our bones are. And when you have to overwork anything, it can lead to excessive stresses on it, inducing things like strains. Have you ever heard of a muscle strain? Your muscles are working extra hard. In this case, it's because the bones aren't doing ideally what they should be doing. So it can lead to things like muscle strains, which happens to be very uncomfortable or painful. There's one more point I want to make. Is osteopenia always the cause of your pain? No. You might have pain because you accidentally lifted up an item with the wrong form, with the wrong positioning, the wrong posture, and then you ended up herniating your disc. Just because you have osteopenia does not mean that you have pain because of osteopenia. It could be for other reasons. If you're a physical therapist or physical therapist assistant student studying for the NPTE, check out our courses at sptwithme.com. Check out this reference for more information.